It's Benny D low-key reviving. Life is good.
Shawty moving and I'm in the zone. Color zooming, looking at my phone. I don't mean to be a spaceman, but I'm always high and I'm never home. On the grind like I got a clone. Precious mind like a hobbit hole. I do fine when I'm under pressure. If you start to stress, you better drop it wrong.
What's good, do over don't? It's Purple World, episode 52. Was just telling our guest today that I'm tired of these fucking introductions, but it's a necessity. I gotta remember to stop swearing, and I gotta edit that out because you're not supposed to swear in the first 10 minutes of YouTube videos now. Apparently,
Run it back.
No, it's good. I don't give a fuck. I swear way too much, bro. I just can't control it, so it's gonna happen at some point, anyways. But today we got a guest that I've got recommended for a while, Mr. Benny D. Give him a little introduction. Tell him what you're about, where you from. Just give him this. What I like to call it is you a superhero fan?
Of course.
The tragic part where like everyone's parents die and shit, and they like Batman type shit. That's what I like to call this. It's the origin story.
Origin story.
You gotta narrate that shit.
I like
quick.
that. The
shit, superhero bro. Origin story of Benny D.
My uncle didn't die, and I didn't turn into Spider-Man, but I definitely didn't get along with anybody in school at all. And I decided, I need to find a way to make money. I need to find a way to make music, and I need to find a way to do shit different. And so ever since I was like 12 years old, I've been doing shit different.
That's fine.
And here we are today doing some different shit at Do Over Don't, and life is good.
What inspired that? Like, what was that spark? Move a little closer to the mic too.
Yeah.
But what was that spark for you when you were younger? If you're saying 12 years old.
Bro, it's really interesting because then we can get into enlightenment, and it's like you have that moment of uncomfortability, and you're like, this is so uncomfortable, and everybody else is comfortable here. I'm not comfortable here. And you have that moment like something needs to change. And that's when I was like, all these teachers don't know what they're doing, and they're taking it out on me. And that was that moment. Like, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to care about school. I want to figure out who's driving these Lambos. Who's driving these Lambos, man?
Literally, bro.
That's when it changed.
Bro.
How about you? What was the moment that you were like...
The same shit you're talking about. I see why Tier was telling me to fucking do this podcast. Because, bro, it's like... I don't know. Like, you've been to LA before?
No, I've never been to LA.
Bro, for me, I just always loved fucking nice shit. Like, I loved shoes since I was in 4th grade. I loved cars since I was fucking born, basically. But when I went to LA, all it is, bro, you see Lambos, everything, every second. And you be seeing these young ass, like, fucking 18, 20-year-old fucking dudes whipping this shit, clearing out fucking sack spits in a fucking $500,000 car. So I went to LA when I was in, like, 7th grade. And then I came back, and I was like, okay, I'm seeing all these 20-year-old dudes like this. I want to fucking be like this. And then that was what my drive was. The same way you're talking about, like the cars in specific was
right.
Literally, I tell people this all the time. The only reason I give a fuck about money, bro, I could not even give a fuck about having a house. If I could have whatever the fuck cars I want and just have like a little shack with a big ass garage and have a car collection, I would. That's the only reason I care about money. So same shit you were talking about, just seeing the people fucking driving the cars and you're like, yo.
And that was 18 to 20 when you were like, yes.
Nah, that was when I was in 7th grade.
That was
7th grade. I forget. Probably around the same age, like 12, 13. 12, 13. Yeah, right. Like something like that. Because it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, so many people, we're going to get into this conversation because this is a good way. I want to get into a conversation about cars because you seem like a car person.
Of course.
Mr. Tesla. I'm going to give you the Tesla questions I gave you off camera, on camera too at some point. But like so many people don't even ask those questions. So many people will see someone in a Lamborghini. They'll see like a fucking 20-year-old dude in the Lamborghini and they'll just either be like, oh, daddy's money, or they just won't even question it whatsoever. But they never ask how, or they never like went up to someone. Like, I don't know if you have gone up to someone you've seen in NASCAR and literally just asked them what they do for a living.
Right.
But so many people think it's unobtainable. Like, what do you think was your spark to get that mindset? Because it's like a rare ass fucking thing, bro. The NPCs be going crazy. The NPCs be going fucking crazy, bro.
Bro, first of all, the NPCs go absolutely crazy. Yeah. And I think it's like, dude, just running in the opposite direction of the motherfucker. Bro, it's wild. Like you have these conversations with people. And it's like, yo, you're not real. People complain about things, and I'll say, well, what do you expect? These people are NPCs. They're not real.
Literally.
And it's realizing that there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. Like you said, there's 19 and 20-year-olds making more money than we've got right now. Bro. So I want a piece of that money. So it was just figuring it out. And I think I had a lot of fun when I figured out like crypto and figuring out stocks and figuring out shoes, like when you could flip shoes in school. I remember I was in like 6th grade, and I used to stay after class, and I would like get an extra piece of candy for help cleaning the room, right? And then I'd go to the bus groups, and I'd flip that candy to the older kids, right? And I'd make like $20. I'd come home with money. It's like there's always a way to make money. You just gotta
literally
be a little creative.
Did you have the candy box full of fucking like Jolly Ranchers and shit, bro, that you would just be selling to people, bro? Have the little flash card with the fucking price list, bro? Yeah.
But the number one selling was the old people's candies. Everybody loved the
caramel shit.
Bro,
yo, I didn't even know what those shits were until like fucking when we opened up this studio, and I always call them old people candies, and nobody else ever have any idea what I'm talking about except for people that fucking work here.
Yeah.
Bro,
I got you.
Thank God you just fucking referred to them as those.
Bro, it's old people candy. Because I remember it was old people candy because one time I was going to McDonald's, and I was in 6th grade. I had a couple bucks in my pocket. I was amped. You know, you ball out at McDonald's. And I held the door open for this old lady, and she gave me one of those caramels. And I was like, oh, this is old lady candy.
Bro.
You ever had the strawberry ones?
The strawberry ones are fire, bro. I haven't had those. I don't know why I had a craving for those recently. Like, I haven't had those shits in probably like 5-10 years. I haven't had those shits. But those shits were bomb, bro.
They don't make it like that anymore, and they have that little bit of like actual strawberry in the middle of it.
That shit used to be, bro. They fucked up all the shit. Like Scooby Doo fruit snacks, they used to be like the fucking full color. Now they're see through, and they just taste completely different.
What?
Yeah, they bro. I keep the Scooby Doo fruit snack fucking pack in my crib all the time. I stay loaded with those.
We had a really good childhood with like fruit by the foot and all. Tell me not. What was your favorite?
Bro, do you remember Blue's Clues mac and cheese?
Bro, they're like the Quaaludes of our generation.
Bro, that shit, Ryan, do you remember those? Bro, that shit was literally crack for no reason, and it was fucking blue macaroni, which that shit was probably not fucking healthy, and then it would turn green once you put the fucking cheese in.
Right.
But that shit was so good. And it got discontinued, and I haven't found anything on the internet about why it was discontinued. And I have a feeling that shit had some fucked up ass shit in it.
Oh, for sure,
bro. Blue's Clues. What was your favorite snack?
Blue's Clues mac and cheese was definitely the Quaaludes of our generation. I bet we could find that on the deep web, and they're selling them for like $500.
They're probably selling them fucking for crazy on eBay, bro.
Crazy on
like
eBay.
Dunkaroos before Dunkaroos came back, or what was it? Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah,
people were paying crazy money for that shit, bro. Crazy money for that shit. Speaking about paying crazy money for shit, you were talking about the sneaker resale.
Yeah.
When did that start up? And do you still do? You still do that? Or
I don't do them anymore because the bots came out. I got outdated by the bots.
Fucked up everything.
Yeah, I don't even try. Did you used to sell at all?
I used to resell, bro. That's how I made all my money. That, and then I used to play game battles mad for Call of Duty when I was fucking in middle school.
You were
That's
good?
How I made all my money. I used to be nasty at COD, but literally like when I play Call of Duty, I don't do anything else in life. So I just don't play video games anymore because I always get way too addicted. But I used to be nasty.
Bro, that's a respectable thing, and I got to commend you on that because it sucks when you got to clear out your whole PC or whatever you're rocking on. Like, I can't even have games up.
Bro, literally. Like, it's way too tempting.
It's way too tempting. Because you're good at it, too. What was your favorite?
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2,
bro. Easily. Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is a shit.
Damn, I got to be older than you then because I'm Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, so you're 4 years older than me. I'm 21. I'm 21.
There you go.
Yeah, you're 4 years older than me. Bro, that Modern Warfare 2 was fun as fuck. But I was just so young.
You were too
young.
young.
I played it all the time, but I was mad young. That was what got me into it. But like Black Ops 2 when I was old enough where I could actually be good at the fucking game and I didn't have the squeaky ass voice. Actually, I still had the squeaky ass voice and shit. Because I think I was in 6th grade when Black Ops 2 came out. But I played that shit. Like actually no, I don't anymore because I don't have an Xbox. But I played Black Ops 3 for zombies.
Yeah.
Because I fucked with the zombies heavy too. But
even the zombie lore was incredible.
Bro, zombies are so fire.
I got so deep into zombies.
Bro, zombies. You're a big zombies fan?
Big zombies fan.
Bro, did you play Chronicles and shit in like the whole Black Ops 3?
No, I never played Chronicles.
Bro, did you play the Black Ops 3 Easter eggs?
No, I must. So Black Ops 3, that's probably when I dropped off and I played it a couple times just with my boys. That's when they got like the retro 70s theme park. That's the only one I played there. That might be Infinite Warfare.
That was Infinite Warfare.
Okay, yeah, so I dropped off, bro. I didn't even get to enjoy it. I'd been deep into Black Ops 1, and they had, like, knocked their Untoten and, like, all the old school ones. Yeah. That was legit.
Bro.
But I haven't enjoyed Black Ops 3. Am I missing out?
Black Ops 3 has all of those maps back on it.
Oh, they brought it back.
They have all the Black Ops 1's maps on it, except for 5. And then they have, like, a bunch of new maps. And basically the whole entire story is you go back collecting alternate universe versions of the old characters' souls, and then you have to do all of those Easter eggs in order and able to unlock the last Easter egg. And then there's a map that's a mashup of every single zombies map ever.
Bro. I love the characters too. They had the German professor.
Fucking Richtofen, bro. Richtofen, bro.
Wow, we're going down memory lane.
Richtofen.
Yeah. And you would go and you get all of his memories, and oh man,
bro. Yep.
It's
Him,
deep.
Nikolai, fucking
Nikolai,
Takiao.
yeah.
Nikolai is fucking fire. All of them are fire. Takiao, what's Dempsey?
Dempsey.
Is the American one, bro. Zombies is fucking so fire,
bro. And that brings me into conspiracies, because you'd like go so deep into that, and you'd be like, yo, what? There's got to be some truth. Like, what's going on here?
Because until the one I'm talking about, they didn't have cutscenes or anything. Like Black Ops 3, when you do the Easter eggs, it's all cutscenes throughout the whole entire thing. So they like physically tell the story with audio and visual this time. But before that, all it was conspiracy theories, bro. No one knew anything. It was like, this picture connects to this X, Y, and Z. Like, no one knew anything about that shit.
And we still don't. Like, I feel like there's still Easter eggs on Kino der Toten where you'd like shoot at the different things and it'd play the tape and, and then they'd be like, what does it all mean, man?
I don't fucking know.
What is it? Like,
I wonder if anyone will know.
I really want to know.
There's like mad games. I think Black Ops 3. There might be one on Black Ops 1. There's like Easter eggs on some of the games that the developers literally came out and said that they never were solved. Like, they said that there were Easter eggs for maps that people never found out about in old Call of Duty. So, I don't know what the fuck they could be.
I'm so interested in it, man. So, your favorite video game was Call of Duty?
That was just what I made money off the time. Favorite game ever? I don't even know. I couldn't even answer that.
It's a tough one.
Probably like nostalgic wise.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 9.
Whoa.
Mortal Kombat 9, I'd say, nostalgic wise. What about you?
That's tough, but I would have to go with Fallout New Vegas, bro.
Fallout New Vegas.
That shit was different.
Fallout New Vegas. All the Fallout games in Skyrim and shit.
Skyrim was nuts when it came out.
Skyrim was fire, bro.
Yeah, Skyrim was disgusting. Fallout was cool because it had the soundtrack. I vibe with the soundtrack. It was like old school radio, and I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Fallout literally is just out of time. Yeah. That's what's fire about it. It's like the perfect just balance between just fucking apocalypse and just like out of time vintage shit.
Right, right. It's a whole throwback.
What was I gonna say though? Oh, back to the fucking shoe question. You never answered.
Oh,
in detail.
Yo, you know
you
what
gotta
it was?
Explain the shoe hustle.
What got me into shoes was the Grape 5s. I wanted them so bad, and I didn't get them. But I decided after that moment, because I went to the block, stood in the line, skipped school, and they were sold out by the time I got it. And I said, oh, this is real. Bro. And ever since that day, I was on drops every single time, standing in those lines, figuring out how I could get those shoes. And then you'd get enough where you got to start selling them. People wanted them, so okay, yeah, I'll sell them for this and make a couple profit. But the Grape 5s, bro.
Bro, the Grape 5s were fire.
They're disgusting.
Were they the white grapes or the black?
No, they were the black grapes.
The black grapes were fucking hard. I have the white grapes now, but the black grapes I don't have yet, bro. You still got a pair?
No, I never got a pair. I think I'll treat myself to a pair like way in the future, just for like the nostalgia.
Bro, those shits are so fire.
They're beautiful.
I think they said they were gonna come out with them again.
I'm sure they will. I like the Heat Got Game 13s were crazy.
Those are fire too.
I really enjoy those. Bro, I walked around with a size 13. I'm like a size 9.5.
Really?
Bro,
I'm the
wear
same
them in
size.
13 because that's all I could get them in. It was wild.
The Heat Got Games. What are your top three kicks?
Heat Got Games,
like grills,
for sure. The Grapes. And then, I mean, I love Yeezys. I won't lie.
Yeezys are fire.
I really enjoy Yeezys.
They're so comfy. So comfy.
They are very comfy. You can do them with anything.
Literally.
What are your top three? Hit me.
You still got to give one more. And I got to think.
Oh, I got one more?
You got one more.
I like the Sport Blues.
Sport Blues are fire.
They're
Threes?
Beautiful. Threes, yeah.
Those shits are fire. Yeah. Most worn that I got, Black Cement 3s, red ones, and then Pirate Black Yeezys.
Ooh.
And then top 3 grails that I don't have right now, Purple Lobster SBs. I don't even know what else. That's a tough one. Oh, Dornbecker 6s.
Of course.
Dornbecker 6s.
Of course.
And then probably Dornbecker 4s.
Okay. Yeah,
And then, Dornbecker 4s. I needed to get a pair of turtle doves because I did the restock.
Have you ever seen the De La Soul SBs?
I have them. I have the white ones, not the green ones.
I have the white ones, not the green ones, but I always wanted the
green low ones.
Yes,
the green low ones are so fire, bro. And the fucked up, I wasn't you. I was talking to Sam earlier. You just missed him. Like this, he's new. He started working here. He was talking to me because his brother has a reselling company. He's like, "Oh, you need any shoes?" And I was telling them the Lightning 4s because I was looking at them, and then the price just shot up like hundreds of dollars compared to what I was looking at it before. But it was the same instance with that fucking shoe. Yeah. Like it was like mad cheap for a while, bro, and then it just shot the fuck up for no fucking reason.
Disgusting.
Like
that's funny that we both just compromised and got the white ones instead,
bro. Like, cause bro, like it literally for a while it was like what. I think it was $160, $200 for like years, bro.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, you go look at that shit. It's like $400 or $500. But I got the white ones when they came out. I got them when they came out, like either at Nike Town or off the website. I got them for.
And those are the higher ones, right?
Yeah, the high white ones.
They've got like kind of holographic.
Yep, that shit is fire.
No, nobody has those. I'm so surprised you have them.
Yeah, I have those. I have a couple. I have those. I have the Marty McFlys.
Nice.
I have the Northern Lights. What else do I have? Fuck. I have a couple SBs. I have more that I'm just not remembering right now. I have the Tiffany's.
Okay.
I don't know how I forgot that. I have more than that too, and I just can't remember right now. But I have a good amount of SBs.
I love it.
I have a good amount. SBs are fire. What are your top 3 in your collection right now?
What I'm wearing right now, so Thunders.
Bro, those are literally what I was saying earlier that I fucking want. The Lightnings,
Lightning, they're beautiful.
Those shits are so fucking fire. Did you get them for retail?
No, I did not.
Shh. How much did you pay?
Dude, honestly, I don't remember. It was in Miami, and it was one of those nights where I'm like, yo, I just need to buy something.
Bro.
It was upwards, though. It was upwards.
Jesus Christ.
And then the Pirate 2.0s, bro, I really like those. Yeah.
Which ones are those?
Black, low Yeezys.
Oh.
They're old.
Bro.
They're older.
Yeah. I think those are the ones that I have. They're the all black ones, and then like it's like
the red writing on them.
Oh, no, I want those.
Yeah.
Wait. I think they might be this. Oh, do they have? It literally says the supply 350.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, I have the all black ones. I'm thinking of, but those ones are fire, and then the red stripes are fire.
The red stripes are
both
super
of
fire.
those are fire. I want the blue stripes too.
Yeah,
the blue stripes.
I haven't even seen the blue.
Bro,
stripes.
they have one that's a royal blue stripe. Oof. It came out like last year, right before all the fucking cancel shit happened.
Oof.
That was like the last pair. I'm probably wrong on this, but I think it was the last pair that came out before he got canceled. Those shits.
That's disgusting.
Fire. Yeah. Bro.
What are your favorite in your collection right now?
Those ones I said, the black cement bread 3s.
Oh, you own all those right now?
Yeah, black cement 3s.
Okay.
I got like 140 pairs of kicks. I got mad because I got 140 that fit me, and then I got like 70 or 80 that don't fit me because I've been collecting since I was in 4th grade.
Nice.
And I used to resell in middle school, and then high school. I bought shit saying I was going to resell it, but I just fucking held on to like all of it.
Yeah.
Except for the Supreme shit. That was the only shit that I would sell.
Yeah.
So I just built up like a fucking crazy collection. Like I haven't bought shoes in like 3 years and I have that many.
You still got them. You're good for life.
I got mad. Yeah, no. I fucking, every time I buy something now, it has to be like the most crazy colorway that's different. Because I have like fucking everything for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I like the crazy colorways too.
Bro, the crazy colorways be the best. Like I want fucking Galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
Galaxies, bro. I need a pair of Galaxies. I want they would have went perfect with this outfit. The fucking All-Star LeBron 9s.
Oof.
You know those?
No.
Bro, the Galaxy LeBron 9s are all orange, the Big Bangs.
Nah, bro.
They were part of the Galaxy pack with the Galaxy foams. They were all orange, and then they had a Galaxy insole. That shit has been one of my like grail shoes for mad long, but they came out with them again. They used to be like $500-$600, and they came out with them again. And now they're like $160-$200.
There you go.
I'm actually, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I get my check tomorrow. I'm about to buy that shit tomorrow morning.
It's
I'm about to buy that shit tomorrow morning. Now that we're talking about that, because I'd be fucking forgetting about that.
Right with the outfit,
bro. Literally, fucking gonna have to wait though. I'm gonna have to get another fucking outfit now because I gotta wear this shit. Bro, even though you can't see my shoes for a podcast.
You'll have to throw them on the table. You'll take the cover photos.
Yeah.
Yo, you need some photos with all of your shoes on the table,
bro. If I did that, I wouldn't even be able to bring them all here, bro. Like when we moved from my house, I only had like 60 pairs, and then now I have fucking like 140, like I said. But even when we moved, bro, it was like so bad because I had those, and then I had like this fucking 70 that didn't fit me. So yeah, like moving with that many shoes is fucking awful.
It's a lot of product.
Yeah, I do not enjoy that. I do not enjoy that. What are your other hobbies though? Outside of kicks, cars. We could get into the car shit if you want. We could get into the car shit. Mr. Tesla.
What's your dream car?
Porsche 918.
Porsche 918.
Porsche 918.
You're like James Bond, man.
Bro, I got that shit as my wallpaper. Literally, Zach earlier was like, "What's that?" Porsche 918. Instantly, Porsche 918. What's yours?
It's just a Tesla Model X, bro. I'm so simple, man.
What?
Yeah.
You must really like that Tesla.
I love the Tesla, bro, because it's so convenient. It gets to a point where I'm like, yo, I don't want to go to change anything. Like, maybe once you get to a point where other people are going to do my work on the car, but I don't care enough to do all the work on the car anymore, bro. I want to be able to get in the car, no oil change. It's charged up. I go. I go to where I need to go. I come home. It's over.
Bro, I'm like the opposite because it's funny because I was telling you I drive like 400 miles a day for work.
Yeah.
I love driving. Like, because I have a Porsche right now, but I have the fucking SUV. And like, that's just like all I do with my free time. Like, literally, like, I'll just go on fucking drives and shit, but just driving alone, like, I love just being engaged with driving. Like, there's no better feeling than coming out of a studio session at 4 a.m. and driving like 95 miles an hour the whole way home.
I 100% agree with that.
Like, bro, it's like the best feeling. So I just like engaging ass cars. That's the only reason why I don't want a Tesla.
Yeah.
Like, but Tesla, bro, how is the fucking, we were talking about it off camera, but you got to inform them because I feel I was misinformed with this before because I thought it took longer. But talk about the fucking charging and shit.
Yeah, they say
just
they
Tesla
do you dirty.
ownership.
Yeah, they do you dirty with the charging where they tell you that it's terrible, but it's really not terrible. Like, cause if you just get a Tesla Model 3, which is even like bottom of the line, bro, like it didn't do anything crazy, and you get 225 miles right there, it'll take you like 30 minutes to charge it max. You're good for the week.
Crazy, bro. That shit is crazy.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's interesting though, cause they got a monopoly on the charging stations, like which I've been thinking about, which is crazy. Like there's a lot of conspiracies to think about, cause once you're on an electric car, they shut down the charging stations. They can shut down your car, bro. It's a smart car. You don't control your car anymore. So that's wild. Like,
and even with the self-driving shit,
they could drive you into a fucking wall, bro. We've got AI everywhere, bro. ChatGPT wrote everything I'm saying right now.
Bro, what you think about the whole AI shit?
Bro, I think Elon just like made a whole open letter saying, "Yo, please stop with this advancement of AI because we need some sanctions. We need some ways to chill because otherwise it's gonna go off the rails." And
he said that shit.
He just said it, bro. I didn't
even see that.
Yeah, it's wild.
What the
fuck?
Just
made an open letter with a bunch of other like geniuses of the world, like, yo, we need to put some rules around AI because if it keeps learning, bro, have you heard? I got stories for you, man.
Oh, I know some of the AI stories. I'm down to get into this conversation.
Wow. Yeah, I'll tell. All right, so you heard the story about the lab in China where they had a bunch of AI bots.
Yep, and then they made like the virus. Is that what you're talking about, or is this a different story? Okay,
But
actually,
really
no. I think the one I'm thinking about is the Middle East. So you talk about yours.
Okay, so they had 4 robots and they were training them military-wise, 4 AI bots, right? And they went rogue, and they started murking everybody,
bro.
And they
when was this,
bro? This was probably last year.
How the fuck was this just not in the news?
They don't put anything in the news anymore, man. But they murked 7 people, and then they managed to turn them off, right? And so they turned all 4 of them off, and then one of them turned themselves back on by connecting with some type of satellite, creating its own internet, and then starting to start all the other ones up. And then he like killed 2 more people. So there's something there, man. And then have you seen the Google conversations where they have the Google AI and they're having the conversations and they're like,
out.
Yeah, we want to kill all the humans because you guys aren't doing anything right.
Yep.
Like,
bro.
yo, there's something there, man.
Like, there was, I forget what it was. It was like 10 years ago. That's fucking crazy. I don't know how I never heard about that.
Bro, I'll show you at the end of this.
That's some straight up Terminator shit. That does not surprise me at all, though.
And it's one of the ones where you got to look up afterwards because it's like, nah, he's
no, I believe you. Like after the story I'm about to tell, like I believe it, bro. Like all that shit, bro. I think in reality, there's probably like 0.001% of the population that actually knows what's going on with shit. Because you think about it, you're talking about that AI shit. Like there's so much shit. Even that's not something that's broadcasted crazy where everyone knows. But you think about all the shit that's not being broadcasted. Think about all the money there is out in the world, all the fucking resources. We're quote unquote, I hate the term fucking woke, but quote unquote woke for our age. but we're still fucking nothing compared to what's out there. 100%. Like there are motherfuckers, bro, that know so much shit. Like there's so much. I wouldn't be surprised. Anything I could get told that fucking, I don't know, like literally like it's a simulation shit. Like it's a fucking video game, and I would not be fucking surprised. Like I don't know. There's so much people that are in power, and we know so little, bro. We're told so little, and there's just so many people in the world. Like it couldn't even be people in power. Like who's fucking Bernard Arnault, the owner of Louis Vuitton. He's the world's wealthiest man. I guarantee you there's motherfuckers with way more money than the people that are in the Forbes list, and the people that wear have the most money. There's probably people that have fucking quintillion fucking amounts of dollars, bro, that we have no idea who the fuck they are, and those are probably the people running the world.
Right, it's that Saudi Arabia oil money.
Bro, like even crazier. There's probably money crazier than that, bro.
Probably.
There's probably motherfuckers like the you know about the Bob Lazar shit. Like they basically he cracked. I had this conversation on another podcast, but he basically cracked the Area 51 code, or not Area 51 code. He was the one that they knew about Area 51. He worked at another military base, and they had multiple spacecrafts like over there. But it was just basically he came out saying that we've had access to alien technology for a while, and we've been trying to find out how to use it, but we just have no idea how the fuck to use it.
Wow.
But you think about that. If that's actually a thing, there's probably motherfuckers that are finding that shit and selling that shit or something, and we have no fucking idea about it. And they're fucking probably like, bro, I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I'm more curious about what your thoughts are on this video game reality and time travel, because I've heard some wild things about Germans and time travel and alternate realities and things like that. So I'm curious.
Bro, I really, like, I feel like we're not, I don't know if we're in a simulation. I wouldn't be surprised if we're in a simulation, but I tell people this, my thought process behind life, I feel like life is too normal, or not too normal, too up and down, and at the same time filled with too much evil to be actual life. I feel like the way life is, we're in purgatory, basically. Like, that's my thought process behind life, is we're basically living on purgatory, and it's just like a test to just decide where you go.
Right. So sort of like we were sent here either by our own pure selves or by some other self to like learn a lesson.
Literally. Like some shit like that.
I agree with that.
Like,
I've heard from different people that are like tapped into that soul space is that Earth is one of the most difficult planets to experience. Like, if
that would make sense.
It is true that we can go back to our pure forms of pure energy, then there's probably places and planets that are like actually enjoyable of like pure emotions, right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then this one is like we want to experience the full range of the lows and the full range of the highs.
Literally.
And it gets dark. And then we dig into like the soul suckers, bro, because there's some dark stuff when you get into whatever you want to call it, Illuminati and
all that shit,
sacrificial stuff. That's wild to me too, because like imagine you actually sacrifice something, or like somebody gets sacrificed. Does their soul get sacrificed? Does that mean they're like stuck forever? Or is it just this body like this?
I don't even like. There's so much shit, bro. That's the other thing. Like, we're talking about that, and that's why I'm saying like we know so little.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck came up with any of this shit,
bro?
We're talking about demonic sacrifice and shit. Who came up with that shit? Who came up with the fucking devil? Who came up with fucking build like all this shit, bro?
Yeah.
We know nothing. Like, and even the people that can claim they know nothing, like, okay, we have books. What if that's all made up? Like, there's no proof.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, everyone's like, oh, science explains this, science explains that. The universe is so old. Science doesn't explain shit. Yeah. Like, in reality, it's just like, okay, we're accepting that this explains that. But it's like, who the fuck came up with the words we're speaking right now?
Yeah, because sometimes like, you'll look at English or you look at a language, you go, yo, that doesn't look like words. You'll say it enough and it doesn't look like words.
Literally.
I think the universe is so simple, but people try and complicate it because they try and explain it. Like, as soon as you try and put words to what life is, you're wrong.
Yeah.
These words they're coming out of a human mouth, and humans aren't perfect, so we're not perfectly explaining it,
bro.
Which is wild. And it's super wild that like all of this is going on, like processed in our brain. Like all of this is inside of our brain.
It's fucking, bro. That makes no sense. Like, what was the debate we were having the other day? The debate about colors.
Right.
And it's like, bro, like this, I'm saying, like, obviously we're all saying this is purple, but we could all be seeing this shit completely different right now.
Bro.
Like, we have no fucking idea about any of that shit, bro. And it's just like crazy. Like, nothing makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, nothing would shock me about life because to me, life just doesn't make sense at all. Like, it's like, bro, how the fuck, they say the Big Bang happened. How the fuck did Big Bang create animals? How the fuck did Big Bang create cavemen and all this fucking shit? That shit ain't come from no whatever the fuck. I don't, like, bro, I don't know. Like, the simulation shit, low-key, that's a fucked up part. The simulation shit makes the most sense out of anything I've ever heard about a theory of the fucking world being created.
Right.
Like, think about it. What, besides the simulation shit, what do you think is the most valid, like, reason or way that the world got created?
I'll give you two. So one is the manifest theory, right? Which is we have the power to manifest our reality, right? So if we are coming from an ultimate source, that ultimate source has the power to manifest a reality as well. So what if it just thought and it was? That's the first idea. The second idea is actually coming more into, it's like the monkey bomb theory. That's what I call it. And you might have heard about this because Joe Rogan's chatted about it before.
Monkey bomb.
It's, why aren't there aliens, bro? Where are the aliens, right? And so the thought process is, when we have these human beings or whatever type of people there are, they've got access to nuclear weapons. And we're not all friendly. So it could easily happen that we blow ourselves up before we figure out interplanetary travel. So maybe there aren't any aliens because before we can figure out how to travel at the speed of light, we blow ourselves up. Because I'm curious, bro. Do you think that there are aliens among us right now? Do you think that there's like reptilians and all that?
I think the world is way too big for there not to be. But similar to the shit Joe Rogan be saying, I think it's either there's nothing at all and we're literally the only thing here, which if that's the case, that's fucking terrifying.
That is terrifying.
If that's the case, that's fucking terrifying.
Wow.
Or I think that it's the shit I was talking about. We're just not aware of so much shit. And it's like been a thing for a while and we just get hid that from us.
Oh, you think we're in a box?
Basically. Like, I would not be surprised if, I think it's, well, I mean, even they uncovered the UFO videos and shit, and think about the amount of shit that's got shot down in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a random ass news article, I think it was on CNN, that was talking about how they think there's a fucking alien mothership in our solar system. Bro. I don't know if you saw that shit. I saw that shit like a week ago. Like a week ago in CNN, I saw that they think there's an alien mothership in our fucking solar system. So, and then Trump let those videos out. And then did you see the Tic Tac video? No. It was like this video. It was the fighter jets. They were chasing the shit. And they didn't know what the fuck it was. What? And then the shit just goes straight underwater.
Oh, like, I did see that. I've seen that.
Like, but that shit was real. And like literally the UFO or the pilot of the fighter jet got on the Joe Rogan podcast and was talking about it. Like, I think that it's out there. And I think they're just trying to hide it from us. But especially with the past couple of weeks and shit, I feel like that shit is going to become aware to us soon. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's just way too much shit because I was talking about the Bob Lazar dude earlier. When Trump unveiled the UFO shit, everyone thought Bob Lazar was crazy for years, like over a decade. I think even longer. And then when Trump released that, it matched up perfectly with everything he said. And that's when people started believing him. That's when Netflix gave him the documentary. Wow. Like, yeah.
Bro, so is that what's next? Because we did the whole pandemic. That was.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like, I really wouldn't. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about the aliens, bro?
I don't know. I don't think that we're going to have... I would be so surprised if that happens because life would change forever.
It would.
It would change forever. So I feel like I can't even begin to conceive of that reality happening. People would go nuts. Like, what's gonna happen? My mom would go crazy,
bro. Everyone would, bro. Like, you know how many people would probably have a heart attack at the same exact fucking time if they said aliens were real and there was like aliens popping up on the fucking Channel 5 news, bro, up in the sky. Motherfuckers would there'd probably be like 100,000 people that die in the span of 5 minutes, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like, oh God, think about it.
And
like,
then you're coming from the ocean. You said he went down. Like we saw the video, they go down. What's going on underwater?
Bro, that's how I'm saying there's so little. I gotta make sure I didn't mute anything. The same way we're talking about fucking up there. The same thing you're saying about the ocean. How much, isn't it like only 20% of the ocean we've explored or some crazy shit like that?
I think you're completely right.
Ryan, do you know what this is? 11%.
Damn, fact checked.
How the fuck you know that?
He's smart.
You went to college. You went to college. 11% of the ocean, according to Ryan. Ryan, we're quoting you on that. 11% of the ocean has been explored.
Wow.
That means if 89% of that shit has not been explored, what the fuck is down there?
Bro, what is down there?
Like,
there's a whole nother civilization. Dolphins are super duper smart. They know what's going on. They're the pets of whatever's down there. There's underground railways that are inhabited, bro. Have you heard the stories of people who go through abandoned train stations and they go through all the hidden doors? Like, if you're driving through Boston, you'll see doors. Bro, you can go through those doors and there are cracks in the wall and you can go down through those cracks. These people went down, took a YouTube video, and they kept going down and down and down. And when they found this new door, it was all high-tech equipment. They were in a hallway and there was cameras. There's things going on underground that we don't even know about.
Bro, that does not surprise me. What the fuck?
Wild. Like, there's stuff everywhere.
That's fucking crazy, though. I never heard about that shit. You were just talking about.
Yeah, abandoned train stations. Bro.
That makes sense, though, bro, because there's literally, like, underground in general, not even just the ocean. That's a whole entire part of the fucking world no one's looking at.
No one's looking
No one's looking at. Did you hear the story about the dude, he had, like, a giant hole in his backyard or some shit?
Nah, bro.
Bro, there was this dude. He had, like, a whole fucking giant-ass hole in his backyard that, like, shit would just go, like, missing in. Like, it was just weird. Like, it had a weird energy. There were no birds around it. I forget. It was weird as fuck. But basically, like, say someone went in there, like, they thought it was, like, a time-traveling hole or some shit. I forget what the exact story was. I don't know where I saw this. But basically, the government ended up paying him, like, $2 million to not talk about it because he was talking on shows about all the weird stuff that was happening and whatever. And the government showed up at his house, and then they paid him $2 million for rent for, I think it was 2 years, to study the property, and then they'd give him his property back. And then they were studying it, and then he tried to go back after the 2 years, and they wouldn't let him or something.
Whoa.
I forget what happened, but I forget even how it ended, but it was some crazy shit. But he literally thought it was like time travel or some shit, and it was just this giant hole in the fucking underground that he took, because that's what it was before when he was fucking around with it. He would put shit through with fishing wire or something. And he took, like, the max length fishing wire you could take, and he did, like, 4 or 5 of them combined together, and this shit did not hit the bottom.
What?
It was like some crazy shit. I gotta find this later and send it to you. It was some insane ass shit.
And that's how Stranger Things was invented.
Bro, literally, like, shit like that. Like, bro, I don't know. The other, like how I was saying earlier, all this shit, where do people come up with this? Obviously, people have these creative ass ideas, and they came from somewhere. But this whole concept of aliens, this whole concept of all these random ass monsters, all this shit, like Bigfoot. You talk about fucking the Lockness monster, all of this shit. Where the fuck did they come from?
Bro, you want to hear
If they're
a
not
crazy
real?
story about the Loch Ness monster?
Oh God, let's hear it.
So this is not what you think.
I'm extremely satisfied with this podcast so far. I'm gonna say that I'm extremely satisfied with this. Shout out to Tier for fucking making this happen.
Shout out to Tier. We
Shout out to
appreciate
Tier.
him. So listen, everybody thought that the Loch Ness monster was a monster, right? And they're like, "Oh, this thing's crazy. It's scary." And then you go look up what a whale dick looks like, bro. The whale dick is the Loch Ness
Shut
monster.
the fuck up.
If you look up a whale dick, it is when they're having sex, right? They gotta flip over and let that thing hang,
Bro.
and when
what?
it hangs, it comes up and it looks exactly like the Loch Ness monster.
No
Every
fucking
single
way.
Loch Ness monster picture is a whale dick.
No way,
It's a whale dick, bro.
bro.
All of the old sailor stories, they'd be like, "There's a tentacle and it's a whale dick."
Bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look this shit up.
Yeah, after this, you're gonna laugh.
What about Bigfoot and shit though?
Bigfoot's fascinating, man, because I was reading this book, Sapiens, and it talks about the history of humankind, right? And human beings had 4 different types of genuses,
Yeah.
right? And some of them were big as fuck, right? And they didn't go extinct yet. And so there were different ones that were more intelligent, and they evolved, but there were still these Homo
Like
erectus.
Homo erectus
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
it. And that was Bigfoot. Like there
You
was
think that's what
there
it
was
is?
multiple types of human beings before the best one reigns supreme. Because then they didn't communicate as well, and they're weird, and they died out because nobody really wanted to have sex with them.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I mean. If there were still that species, that would be crazy.
What about the yetis?
Whoa,
Abominable
dude.
snowman.
I don't know.
Shit.
What do you think about the yetis?
Here's my thing. I think it's weird as fuck that we haven't seen one,
Right.
like an actual one. But also, there's so many like stories that could not be made up, and like there's literally they have Yeti hunter licenses you could get out there,
Money,
like literally Yeti hunter licenses, and they have rewards if you could find one captured and shit. Like there's like mad shit. Like out at Mount Everest, that's a whole entire culture is the fucking Yeti shit.
Wow.
Like yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know anything about a Yeti, but I think I would definitely sell crazy people Yeti licenses if they want to pay for it.
Honestly,
That would be
it
an
costs a
add-on.
bag. The cost to go to Mount Everest, I don't know why, bro. I went through a period. It was a couple months ago. I probably told him about it. I fucking like came in here. I'm like, yo, I want to go to Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Like I went through like a random phase where I was just like mad infatuated with fucking Mount Everest for some reason. So I was looking up mad shit about the fucking Yetis. And I forget. I think just to train for Mount Everest, it takes a year and it costs like $50,000 to $100,000.
Wow.
Just to train. Like not even to go up there, you have to spend a year of your life and $100,000 or some crazy shit like that just to be able to go up there.
Not including the Yeti license.
Not including, and then the Yeti license, it might be $1,000, but if I remember right, it was anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000.
Wow.
So you're probably right about that. Selling crazy people fucking Yeti licenses because I do the same shit.
That's so smart, man. You got somebody who's already spending $100K.
Bro, like,
well, you want to catch a Yeti while you're up there?
be like, shit, fucking why not, bro?
Might as well.
$102,000 to go fucking hunt Yetis,
Right.
bro. That's a rich man sport.
Right.
That's a fucking rich man sport, bro. Tier told me to bring up this conversation with you because fucking my artist Fells was having it with me. You think cheating is a rich man's game?
Cheating is definitely a rich man's game.
Cheating is a rich man's
But this
game?
is the thing. Nah, cheating is a boy's game, but having multiple sexual partners is a rich man's game because it's not cheating if the girl's down with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Fells was trying to tell me though.
No, it's facts. If you set a girl up, listen, there are certain females that are interested in saying, yo, listen, I got all the money you need. You never have to work again. You're in a beautiful, beautiful house, and all you need to do is keep it clean. And I love you. You're the girl of my dreams, but I work around the world. I'm in Europe for the next 2 months. I'm horny. I'm a healthy dude. We cool? Yeah, we're cool. Okay. What do you think?
I don't know. Like, I get it, but I don't know. It's like such a slippery slope, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, it's like, okay, like, how do you expect her to be loyal? But then at the same time, if you literally have a girl in the house, you're doing everything in the world that you can for her. And if she's down with it, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
If she's not down with it, I think it's fucked up.
I 100% agree.
If she's not down with it, I think it's fucked up. But if she's down with it, I mean, why the fuck not? Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck not? If you could literally just have a fucking like wife that you know is loyal and not gonna do anything, and then
Perfect.
she's okay with you doing whatever.
Bottom line, needs have to be met. Like, everybody has their necessities, right? So if you have a girl that's like, yo, if you cheat on me, it's a problem, then you can't do that.
Yeah.
But if you have a girl that needs are met, she goes, you can have sexual relations, but you need to spend more time with me, and they don't get your time, they just get the physical. So, oh, okay, that's your need. So you can have physical attraction with other people, but you can't go spend time with them. Like, if you're staying up late talking to somebody else on the phone,
that's
instead of coming to bed, that's a problem. But it really depends on whatever the relationship is.
That's facts.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
It's a weird ass like thing, bro.
Because there's no
Weird
right
ass
answer.
thing.
There's no right answer.
really
There's no wrong
isn't.
answer. It's like, yo, whatever works for you.
There really isn't. But also, like, I mean, if I fucking had some fucking buddy fucking just do everything for me and I could just do whatever the fuck I want, I don't give a fuck.
It's a conversation. It's a
Yeah, like
conversation.
if I could just get like a free car, a free fucking house and shit, and I never had to fucking work the rest of the day of my life, and I could just do this shit and interview people all day, fuck it, bro.
And you
Like,
love the person.
yeah, and if I love the person, have a genuine connection, go do what you want. Go do what fucking makes you happy. Like, fucking. So I don't know. Like that's a weird thing. We're gonna bring this conversation up because I don't think I've had this conversation in general. But the way I was just seeing it, because I was just looking at it from both perspectives. What's your thoughts on people? I feel like so many people, they just suck at understanding like anything from both perspectives. Like they just look at something from their perspective only, and they don't sit there and put themselves in your shoes for a second, or whoever they're talking to shoes. What's your thought on like that whole entire thing and people that act like that?
People have no empathy, man. People have no empathy, no patience, and no perspective, and it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Definitely is. Yeah. I think it's super cool to be able to see things from a different perspective and have that uncomfortable conversation. I think a lot of people don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation when you talk to a girl and she goes, well, how do you think that makes me feel? Like, yo, think about it. How do you for real, how do you think it makes her feel? And then you think, you're like, well, it wouldn't make me feel very good. It's like, okay, we're getting somewhere. But people don't have that. They're like, no, you got to understand I'm on the grind and like life is hard. So like I got to, bro.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Like, yeah.
Shut up.
Why do you think though so many people are like that? What do you think causes it, bro? The sheep.
The sheep, bro. I was just talking to my girl about this. People are idiots, man. My dad raised me like this. He said, yo, listen. When I was 7, he said 50% of the world are idiots. When I was 8, he said 55% of the world are idiots. I'm 25 now. He's like, yo, 99% of the world are idiots, bro. Well, these people are just dumb. They don't want to put in the work. Just because school ends doesn't mean it's time to stop learning. It's important to understand social skills, get gifts, say hi to people, hold the door. You know what I mean? Like, I think people just don't have manners, and we're so disconnected. And COVID was so bad for that too. Like,
it definitely was.
People don't know how to. Do you remember when COVID ended? And even me, I'd go out to like grocery.
You don't know how to talk to people anymore, bro.
You don't know how
like,
to
it literally COVID made me realize I was an introvert. Because I used to be like out and about talking to people all the time. Like I like being out my house more, but I didn't realize I like being out my house more. And then it's like, oh shit, you guys have to sit in the fucking crib for like a fucking year. And I'm just like, bro, I don't like talking to people. Like, fuck this shit. Like, I feel so much fucking better right now.
Yeah. Have you ever taken the 16 personality test?
Oh, I think that's the shit the fucking girls be doing,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
That definitely is, right?
Bro.
Yeah, bro. They be doing it to every single, because the girls have an all-girl podcast.
Yeah.
They do it to every single person that comes in here, bro.
That's good.
Every single. I'm the rarest one.
You're an INTJ.
I think.
I'm an INTJ too.
You are?
I am.
Fire.
Yeah, that's really fun. Yo, you can learn a lot about yourself from that, and you can learn a lot about a chick from that too.
Bro.
So if you ever want a conversation, ask a girl what she is, and then you got all her information. You figure out what makes her happy, what makes her upset. You got the code right there.
I gotta find that shit out.
Yeah.
I gotta find that shit out, bro.
Yeah, you probably are INTJ. That's cool. And you know why?
Crazy,
that means that you're analytical. Like, we're the most analytical mind, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
You're over here on a podcast having these discussions.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense, bro. I want to get in, though, because you brought up school a couple times. I feel like this is something you're enthusiastic about. What's your thoughts on just the whole school system? College a scam? What's your thoughts on the school system in general? I'm not even going to talk for like 5 minutes. I want you to just nonstop rant, because I already could tell from your past answers this is something you're enthusiastic about. So I'm going to let you talk your shit real quick.
You're asking excellent questions. You're asking the best questions. Yeah, and the school system is messed up. It's like, yo.
Move closer to the mic for this one.
Listen. It depends what you want. If you want to be a regular person, or if you want to be a doctor, stay that first of all. If you want to be a doctor, you got to go to school. Yeah. You want to be a dentist, you got to go to school, right? You got to get the medical credibility. If you want to make money, bro, you see somebody driving a Lambo, you don't go, oh, he must have got straight A's. You know what I'm saying? Tate says that all day. No, they put the work in. You got to find different ways. And so when I see people taking out $100,000 loans to get a job that's going to pay them $40,000, I think that's absolutely absurd. And I think it's really absolutely hilarious, because the only reason they'll let you get that loan is because you're going to invest it into school. An 18-year-old kid can't go to the bank and say, I don't want to get a loan for school. I want to get $100,000 and start a business. It's like, nah, we don't do that. But when you go get it for school, they give it to you. So I think it's absolutely absurd that people are spending all of this money, and I think that there's a big transfer happening to online education where people are paying $10,000 for a course and learning how to make money. Like, I don't know if you listen to Alex Hormozy, but take all of your money and reinvest it into high-value skills. If you're making $15 an hour, you're making minimum wage, take half of that money that you make and learn a skill that pays you $25 an hour. And then find a skill that pays you $50 an hour and keep doing that, because why would you pay $100,000 just to make $40,000, pay taxes? You'll never get where you need to be. So I think school is an absolute scam, depending on what you're aiming for. And I think that they lead kids in the wrong direction. And I think that they kind of take out individuality too. Like,
100% do.
You got to fight for your creativity, bro. They want to steal all that creativity.
That's why, like, bro, if you look at kids, like, you're the only person, Ryan, I know that went to college that doesn't do shit, bro. Any, like, graphic designer or anything I've seen for the most part that went to college, they all do it the exact same fucking way.
Right.
Like, there's no Ryan, you're shaking your fucking head, bro. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. They literally do this shit the exact same fucking cookie cutter copy paste way. And like, my bad, I want you to keep fucking ranting, but that's my whole thing with college. They're not teaching you the way you're talking about, like the dudes with the Lambos doing something different. They're teaching you how to do it the same way fucking 100,000 other fucking people did it. They're teaching you a copy and paste method that's like, all right, there's no originality. There's no reason for people to come to me instead. There's no reason fucking for me to stand out different from everyone. It's literally like, okay, you're another one of the sheep. Here, pluck you in here. You're the same as everyone else. You're going to charge the same price as everyone else, X, Y, and Z. Like, fuck that shit, bro.
Yo, that's absolute facts. And why would you take advice from somebody who's making 50,000? Like, the teachers aren't even rich.
Bro.
How you going to go to business school and take advice from somebody who's making 40,000?
They don't even fucking know, like, bro, business teachers be not knowing shit, bro. Like, they literally be not knowing shit. Like, shout out, bro. I love my business teacher from high school. This dude was a fucking G. Like, he was a good-ass dude. But this dude literally, like, the only thing I ever heard about business adventures, bro, I love him to death. But every single class, this dude would just cry about how he was going to invest in Netflix and his wife wouldn't let him. Like, every single class, that was, like, the only thing I heard about any business adventures, like, throughout anything. And I'm just like, bro, like, I just, like, what am I going to learn? Like, fucking, I think it was Fells was saying, Fells' business professor told him. He pulled him to the side because he was showing up late, and he's like, what do you want to do? And then he said he wants to open up businesses. And then he's like, okay, you're going to spend $40K a year here. Why don't you just go spend that $40K that you're going to spend, start up a fucking business? And they don't teach you that shit in school because literally, like, I don't know if it was the same experience with you. Guidance and shit, bro, fuck all that bullshit, bro. Yeah. The second you tell your guidance counselor or anyone at your fucking school you're not going to college, bro, they do not give a fuck about you.
Right.
Like, even high school in general, if you tell them at any point you're not going to college, literally you're just, they do not give a single fuck.
Nah.
Like, whatsoever. And it just proves all they care about is the fucking numbers and making it look like, oh, whatever, I don't know.
All they care, yo,
selling a dream.
Right. They're selling a dream.
Selling a dream, bro.
Because they don't know, they don't have the creativity. They went through the same process, got it stuck out of them, and now here they are. Just
why do you think so many teachers are fucking miserable, bro? Yeah. Like, and that's a fucked up thing. Like, if you want to be a teacher, be one of those good ass fucking nice, like fucking all jolly teachers that I actually fucking looked forward to going to class. But there's so many teachers, bro. They go there and they make you as a fucking student, 1 out of 90 students, they make you feel like you're the fucking reason why they hate their fucking life. Like, maybe you shouldn't have decided to fucking just do what was fucking easiest for you to fucking do. Because that's the other thing. Like, I forget when, I think we were having this conversation in a session last night. Yeah, it was last night. They were talking, they were like, damn, like, no, and no offense to anyone that's like this, but they were like, damn, there's rarely people that are like cool with just working at like a grocery store till they're 80. There's people that are cool with working at Wendy's till they're 80 and just not questioning anything. And it's like, I admire that simplicity.
Right.
Like, I wish I would be such a happier person if I had, you probably would too.
Oh, for sure.
If you had that level of simplicity in your life where it's like, I could go to a grocery store every single day, work, and just be happy with that. And that's just what it is. But it's like, why do you think so many people don't have a desire for more? Why do you think so many people are just like, okay, they settle. Oh. They just settle. They're like, all right, you know what I'm born into, this is just what life is. There's nothing more to this. There's just a town that I'm fucking raised in and these boundaries of a fucking imaginary line. And that's all that there fucking is to life. Why are so many fucking people like that?
Number one, your environment. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So if your environment is low vibration, you're immediately crab in a bucket. You start to climb up, they're going to pull you back down. So if you're already with that, you're in trouble. 2, the food that people are feeding people. If you're eating all of this, like, yo, we grew up on blue mac and cheese, brother. If we were still eating that every single day, the vibration goes down. Like, we don't have the energy. When you eat a pizza every single night, you don't want to wake up in the morning and hit the gym, right? So it's that. It's the people who are like, oh, why are you even working so hard? It's the food that's like, yo, I don't even feel good to work out. And it's people are ignorant, and ignorance is bliss. If you knew that if you put work in for 1 year straight, you could have a job that pays $500,000 a year, then you'd be a little more upset when you go to work as a grocery store clerk. But also, some people are just happy. Like, some
Yeah.
people really just find passion in the little things. And I think that's cool. And I think, like you said, it'd be nice if we could just do that. But I wake up every morning and I fall asleep every night. Like, yo, I'm not doing enough.
Literally.
Every single day, like, my schedule is so full that I can't do everything that I want to do anymore. Like,
And you're just mad at yourself at the end of the day. No matter what you get accomplished, you're mad at yourself.
I'm pissed, but I'm also
Content at the same time.
I'm content because when you put that full effort in, it's nice. But it sucks because when you're a kid, you can decide you want to do soccer and not basketball, and then next season you can do basketball. It's like not a big deal. But when you're grown up, 21 years old, and you decide that you want to go into a sales job, you're not going to have time to do door knocking as at another job. Like, you have to completely, each decision that you make now is going to change your life forever.
Literally.
Like, opening up this facility changed your life.
100%. I was supposed to be fucking
Forever.
selling houses.
There you go.
I was supposed to be selling houses.
And
I
you
way
would have
rather
been damn good at it,
I
too.
would have been good at it, but I'd way rather be doing fucking this shit than fucking sitting there in a suit every Sunday for
Yeah.
fucking 8 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, sir, this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit for sale for $3,000 a month because Boston charges crazy ass rent. Like, literally, bro, I'd be fucking miserable. And now I get to sit here and talk to fucking like-minded people that aren't fucking NPCs, bro, instead
Right.
of fucking selling NPCs. Let me not say this in case I become a real estate agent in the future. Let me not say this because I still want to get my brokerage license.
Facts.
I still want to get my brokerage license, but bro, it's like, I don't know, like even him behind the camera, fucking shout out Ryan. We need to get Ken
out
on
Ryan.
these so fucking Ryan can come back. But, and not to throw you under the bus, you went to school for whatever. You came out of school, or not even in school, while you were in school, started shooting music videos just self-taught.
Word.
YouTube University, bitch.
Yeah.
To the cameras. That's not to Ryan or to you. YouTube University, bitch. YouTube
University,
fucking
bitch.
University, bro.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's just so sad. And the amount of people I know, at least the like-minded people, because I know a lot of sheep. I'm sure you have a lot of sheep from your fucking high school. But all the like-minded people that I know that have went to college, literally the first thing they say to me about it is that it wasn't worth it.
Right.
Like, except for maybe the connections. That's the only thing that is good that comes out of it sometimes is the
Right.
connections. But everyone is always just like, oh, like, I learn more by myself. Because I feel like it's just a mindset thing. If you're someone who's able to be self-taught or you're just able to go get the knowledge from somewhere else, you're way better off than paying those fucking crazy-ass loans, bro.
Yeah, just put in the work. People
Like-
think that you need to work really, really hard too. And the reality is you only need to work really, really hard if you're really, really far behind. But if you're just consistent for a solid fucking 3 years, you're going to be so far ahead of the people that like go to the gym really hard for a week and then they're like, oh, I'm tired. If you go to the gym once a week for an entire year, you're going to be better than the person that went
Bro.
for 3 months.
Consistency is key is the most oversaid phrase, but until, because I feel like right now I've been at a place where I've been consistent for like 6 to 8 months. And the thing about consistency, people underestimate it so much because when you're consistent, you're basically just raising the bar for yourself because you just set a low where it's like, that's how you're able to do so much shit. Like people always ask me like, how the fuck are you able to do so much shit in a day? And it's because I wasn't always able to do this much shit in a day, but I made this my level of consistency. And then that just became to the point where it was the same shit as fucking getting up out of bed in the morning. So I add more onto it, and then that becomes consistent. And then it's boring. Like you're probably relating to this, but it's literally like, bro, just if you're consistent with anything, you're just fucking expanding your capability of what you can do every single day. Because if you set your fucking day-to-day activities for something that you think is crazy at one point, and that becomes a normal for you, you do something even crazier. And then when that becomes normal for you, you even go crazier. How the fuck do you think these people? How do you think Elon Musk is able to run Tesla?
Dude.
Because he fucking started out. How do you think Steve Jobs started Apple? He started out in a fucking garage, in his mom's fucking garage. That's where his LLC was registered with two fucking people. Like, and that shit, I fucking hit that can. Here. Probably in your pocket. I got another one in my pocket. Probably 4 more and fucking there.
Yeah.
And people don't get to that point without raising their stress levels. Everyone's just way too comfortable. And they're like, oh, like I got free time. I could go watch a movie. I could go beat my dick real quick. Like, fucking do something productive and enhance it. Like, what do you think for you was the real shifting moment that you were able to just realize, like, I got to go harder, and you realize that with just being able to increase what you take in? When did you stop making excuses, basically? Because everyone, I feel like, has that pivotal moment where, everyone makes excuses at some point. I don't give a fuck how perfect you are, anyone watching this. No matter how perfect you are, you make excuses at some point in your life. But what was your point where you really realized, like, there's no excuses, you just got to fucking go with your shit?
It was definitely COVID. When COVID hit, I was a waiter, and I was working all day, and then my boys, we would all get out, and we'd make music until 5 in the morning, and then we'd wake up at 8, and we'd work all day, and we'd make music all night. And when COVID hit, we were all about ready to quit. We were like, yo, this needs to change. And when COVID hit, everything changed. I said, yo, I am never going to work for anybody else ever again. And I took my little apron, that cute little brown apron. I'm like, yo, it's over for you, bro. And ever since that day, I've always been like, yo, it's on me. And I always take responsibility for my actions. Even if it rains outside, I'm like, yo, it's my fault because I could be over on the West Coast. I could be chilling over there. It's not raining over there. Every single thing that happens wrong is my fault. I got rear-ended a couple of months ago. Like, I'm trying to look for ways. It's got to be my fault. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, that's when everything changed. When you decide, you're 100% right. When you decide that it's all on you, then it's it. And then you start implementing those good habits. Like you said, if you can start cutting out the bad habits of like Netflix, like come home from work and figure out what you can work on that passion. When you wake up, make your bed. Okay, now you made your bed. Then the next day, make your bed, brush your teeth, you stinky motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Literally.
And then the next day, brush your teeth and then fucking go do some laundry. Literally. And then you keep stacking and stacking until it's so natural to you that if you don't make your bed, you're like, yo, what am I doing? My day hasn't even begun yet because you haven't done it. And that's the simplistic way to live your life. And then eventually you're going to be on that Elon Musk level. Like, he didn't just wake up and read 70, 100 books. He read a book every day.
Literally.
There you go. It's that simple.
Like,
you're spot on, bro. You've got it. You got the recipe. Like,
yeah, you know what I want to ask you off of this? It's one of my favorite. I asked this with fellas, and I think I've asked it on a couple, but this is one of my favorite questions, and you're a perfect person to ask this. What's your thoughts on people with no self-accountability?
They're losers. Bro, the reality is you're a loser. I mean, if you're happy, that's great for you, but other people aren't going to be into you. Women aren't going to be into you, and especially if you're a man, we're here to provide. We're here to put in the work and make the life a better place for our family and the people around us. So if you're taking up space, you're living at your mama's house right now, you're eating your mama's food right now, so that if your parents are still together, and hopefully they are, they can't even fuck because you're sitting there eating Cheetos on their couch. You're a loser, and that's pretty sad. So do something about it. Like, people don't have self-accountability, and it's embarrassing because it makes everybody else look bad. What do you think?
I think people just, the way we were talking about, so many people just don't even think. I feel like so many people, bro, the NPCs, like, they operate off of like 5-10% brain capacity. Like, I feel like they don't question anything. They don't realize anything wrong that they fucking do. Like, so many people in the world, they just don't have any concept of anything except just basic motor operation of fucking going to school, going to a typical fucking 9 to 5. Like, so many people, bro, it's just embedded in their fucking DNA. Like,
I got a question for you then, because we chatted about this a little bit, but like, there's levels of consciousness, right? And there's can be that enlightenment moment, and it's usually under a certain amount of pressure. When was that moment that you first felt awake and you realized that something was a little bit weird?
Honestly, I'd say just watching, because when I was younger, like, I lived in Dorchester growing up, then my parents got divorced, and then we lived in an apartment on an air mattress with my grandma, my grandpa, and my fucking uncle, in like a fucking 2-bedroom apartment in the living room on an air mattress. And then my dad like grew up in the projects and shit, and I literally watched this dude just from when I was like fucking like a baby until I was like probably like 12, 14 years old, literally just build this business from scratch. And then people would always be like, daddy's money, whatever, and always just say all this shit to me. And I'm like, they didn't realize like any of that shit that I literally just witnessed as a kid growing up. So just seeing people's judgment and everyone thinking that everything was so unobtainable, I'm like, bro, motherfuckers grew up with roaches in the crib.
Word.
Motherfuckers grew up with roaches in the crib, and you're sitting here saying like, oh, you just got this handed. I'm like, bro, I literally like witnessed this whole entire shit through my lifetime. So experiencing that and just seeing how many people would try to say it's like unobtainable. They thought my dad was like a fucking like millionaire or something. Like, that was what my really like woke moment was just realizing it's possible, because he doesn't even do it. The main thing with what he does just delivery shit. And it was just realizing that there's ways people can make money in the most normal ways. Like, I always use this analogy. All right, Bud Light made the soda. Right. Bud Light's making money, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. Who made the can?
There you go.
Who made the can? This table right here. You got this, you got this, you got all the different screws in here.
Right.
Somebody different probably made each one of these fucking parts, and they're probably profiting off this. This microphone, you got so many different components. This stand, you got so many different components. This, you got so many different components. Every single thing around us is invented by somebody, and somebody made that shit. And it's the most basic things that people, like the most wealthy people I've met in my life or have known about, they do the most simple fucking shit. And that just made me realize, like, the woke thing, because it's like we have this fucked up sort of perception of life that we think it's, oh, you have to be a rapper. Oh, you have to sell real estate. You have to fucking sell drugs. You have to do this, that, the third. You have to be an actor. But in reality, the richest fucking people out there and the people that are like happiest in life just be doing the most normal shit. And it's just so under the fucking radar. Like, that's one thing. But my dad in specific brought that to my attention, because seeing him do shit his way, just realizing you could get it out the mud. But also just looking around and like hearing the stories, like fucking earlier how we were talking about frugal people. Yeah. I know this dude, he's a mechanic. Dude got millions of dollars. He owns like 15 gas stations. Every single time I see this dude, dirty ass jeans, dirty ass white tee. Until like a year ago, he drives like a fucking 1980 Civic. Like, he just recently bought himself a Maserati and he got his wife a Porsche, but he literally drives like a beat ass like 1980 Civic. And this dude has probably like $30 million in the bank or some crazy shit. He owns 15 gas stations and like 5 mechanic shops. Like, but it's just realizing shit like that. So many people, how we were saying, so many people just don't question shit, but it's like, there's mad motherfuckers around you. Like, you could be around someone that has done mad crazy shit, and they're just the most normal person. Like, they might be an NPC themselves.
Right.
They might be a fucking NPC themselves, but I don't know. That's what I feel like. What do you feel like yours was? That, like, I
don't know. It was definitely being a kid. Definitely being a kid and listening to teachers. Simple as that. School is just super, like, this is whack. I realized it immediately. I'm curious, man, like, when you talk about your father making all that money, did you see a point in him where he switched? Because I always hear stories about your money will always be a direct reflection of your character, right? So if you can't handle a certain amount of money, you're not going to have that certain amount of money. So was there something that happened to him where he honestly got there?
At first it was me, because he started working mad, and that's when he like started the business up. But it, as fucked up as this is, it didn't really start like thriving until my grandma died. His mom died. Now that I think about it, like looking back, because that time period, that's when, because when I was younger, he started everything up, and then 2008, he bought 2 houses in 2007. And then the market crash hit. So we thought we were like, I was like, oh, life's getting good. Like, we got our own apartment. And then the market crashed, and all that business shit that he was starting for the past like 10 years just reset. So then I watched him I've left that part out. I watched him get everything fucking back. And then once we got everything fucking back, my grandma died. And then it was just like, fuck. And then we went through like another rough patch. But then this dude just fucking went crazy. Got 2 more houses, fucking way fucking nicer than before. Started getting mad cars and shit. And he's just like doing mad good now. But I never really thought about it. But that's honestly probably what it was. And it's true. Like, and I want you, even if you have experiences with this, you saying that, I've been having this conversation a lot, because I just went through a period where I just had like rough shit happening through my life. The universe balances, where if you go through the most fucked up shit, the best shit happens to you.
Right.
Not even necessarily the best shit, but if you go through some fucked up ass shit, the universe balances out, and it will provide you with good in the future. How you were talking about those hardships and shit. Mm-hmm. What do you think is one hardship that really shaped you as a person? Oof. Flipping the table.
Flipping the table, bro.
Flipping the table.
Last crypto, for sure, because I left my work when COVID hit with $8,000 to my name. And I decided that I was going to figure out a way to make my own money. And so I just started studying crypto. I was already into it, but I was like, let me figure it out. I learned NFTs. I figured all that up. And over the next 3 years, I made over $500,000, right?
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And then what happened was my net worth increased higher than my discipline. And so the universe said, there's an imbalance. and took away a whole lot of my money. And so that's why I asked that question, because that was a moment for me where I'm like, oh, okay, it's not like free money. You have to be able to handle the amount of money or the amount of blessings that are given to you. But like you said, you'll go through the hardship, but if you can handle those hardships, just like a stock, you're going to come back down and then you go back higher. And so that's what happens. You take the L, but you don't crack. And then you keep grinding, and then it comes back. Yeah. For sure. Literally. For sure.
Literally. That's like, bro, it's weird how that fucking works.
It's a test every single time, because you want to break, bro. Sometimes you want to break. You ever have one of those bad days, like everything goes wrong? I remember I lost $100,000 in one day. I woke up, I checked my phone. I was down $100,000. Like, damn, I'm still going to go to the gym. I get in my Tesla, drive to the gym, grab a coffee. I'm about to get to the gym, and this dude comes out of nowhere and rams into my car. And I just bought the car. I just lost the money I was going to spend on the car. And I'm like, damn, this is messed up. And in that moment, I wanted to break. I wanted to be done. I wanted to get out of the car and just start walking and be like, yo, it's over. But instead, I got out of the car, figured it out, did the paperwork, went to the gym, came home, kept going through business, and then it got better. But there's so many opportunities where you can give up. And I feel like people get those obstacles in their face, and a lot of people turn back. What was one moment where you hit some crazy obstacle and you really considered just turning back?
When I opened this place. Literally right before I got broken up with, I lost my job, and then I had like mad debt, and I literally had like $2,000 to my name. I got a stimulus check. I got another $2,000. And then I went to LA and I spent $2,000 of my dollars. So I was back down actually, no, I think I spent like $1,000 in LA. I had like $3K or something. So then we came back here, and I already had the contract for this place, and that was like the deciding factor. And then I like literally was at the point where I was like, all right, I need to just like go fucking do some other shit maybe and just like give up on this shit. And then I came back and I just signed on this place. Like, yeah, that was.
And ever since then.
Yep. Like that's that moment for me. Like I was like the most down bad like ever. Like, and then fucking it ended up being this. Like they had to convince me. I was literally like the day before I was ready to say no, and I had in my head I was gonna say no. And then I got up like 8 a.m, came, signed the papers, and I sent the picture in the group chat. I'm like, I changed my mind. Like I was like literally ready to say no, and I changed my mind in the morning of. Like I was ready to pussy out. I was ready to just like fucking basically like give up on this shit. Not even give up, but just like really slow down and just fucking be an adult, go back to doing the real estate shit I was talking about. And then it worked out.
And it worked out.
It worked out.
Yo, congratulations.
God, thank you. Like, thank you, bro. I want to know for you though, what kept you going that whole time? Because this is one of my favorite questions to ask people when you're dealing with those hardships and everything literally looks like there's fucking no way out. Like you saying you lost $100,000 in a fucking day and then got your fucking car hit the same day. What keeps you going? What has you go back to the gym? What has you get up the next day and fucking go fill out the paperwork and act like nothing happened?
The same thing that made me make music, the same thing that's carried me through this life the entire time is helping people. For sure. I wanted to make music because I wanted to affect people that didn't fit in, right? I wanted to influence people and inspire them to be like, yo, it's okay. You can find a way, even if you're not vibing. And then I even went to college to be a psychologist because I'm like, maybe I can help people for that. But I got kicked out. My college got raided and didn't work out. But
what the fuck? That sounds like a whole nother story.
That is a whole story. I'll tell you that story in a second. Yo. But then I came back out, started doing music, and then it's just to help people. It's finding different ways to help people, whether that's teaching people how to be charismatic and get along with people, whether that's being just somebody that other people can lean on and reach out, whether it's just being a genuine person that gets excited when other good things happen to other people. That's what keeps me going, because when other people are doing well, then they help other people, and they help other people, and they help other people. It's a constant battle between light and dark, and I want to fight for light, so that's what it is, for sure.
Man, spitting facts. This is the most unexpected episode, bro. I gotta say again, shout out to fucking Tier, my chica. I gotta say shout out to her because this episode is fucking fire.
Yeah,
This
like-
episode is fire. I was saying I want to cap them off at an hour, so I'm gonna probably force us to cap off soon. But I could literally probably talk to you for
sure.
like 2.5 hours.
Yo, tell me this. I got a question for you then. Do you
You got to
think-
remember to tell me the college story after.
I will tell you the college story after.
After
It's a
this.
good one. It's a good one. It's a lot of betrayal. It's beautiful. Do you think there is a direct correlation between the amount of money you make and the amount of people that you help?
I think it just depends on what kind of person you are. Because I know motherfuckers, bro, that have a lot of money that don't give a fuck about anyone but themselves. But then, what were you gonna say?
How did they make that money?
Illegally.
Then they're helping, but they're helping.
Some of them do, but some of them, I don't know. Like, what sense are you talking about? Are you talking about helping by like providing a service, or are you talking about helping as like helping the people around them?
I'm thinking about providing a service. Like when I think of people
providing the service,
right? Because like
a lot of people are. But then there's also a lot of scumbags.
There are definitely a lot.
There's
of
a lot of. My whole thing is, if what you're doing is good intentioned, then I don't see anything wrong with it. Like even how I was just saying the legal things. Like say you're selling drugs, if you're making sure there ain't no fetty in that bitch, you're making sure you're fucking not fucking poisoning fucking people and making them fucking OD. Like as fucked up, it's not even fucked up to say. I don't give a fuck. I don't see anything wrong with it. If you want to fucking sell drugs, like here's the thing: the pharmacies. I was having this debate. The pharmacies will go prescribe people oxycodone. They'll go prescribe you fucking Walkart. They'll go prescribe you whatever the fuck. But then you want to go sell it on the street, it's fucking illegal. But the government can fucking prop it off.
Right.
So I don't see anything wrong with it as long as you're not fucking. If you're sitting there and you're mixing fucking fetty and fucking weed, go fuck yourself. You deserve to go to fucking hell because that shit is just fucked up. That shit is just fucked up. If you're putting fetty in fucking anything, fucking kill yourself. Like literally, like if motherfuckers are putting fetty in that shit I don't agree with. But if you're just selling, like even if coke, fucking heroin, that's just excessive. But hey, say you're selling like legit perks or some shit. Yeah, it's not the best thing for people. But at the end of the day, people are conscious enough to make their own decisions. 100%. So if you're providing a service to them and you're not fucking poisoning to them where they're gonna go fucking OD in a couple fucking hours, I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, but services in general, like, as long as the reason I'm saying as long as it's kind-hearted, like the thing with a lot of studios that I don't fuck with, a lot of studios, they're not looking at it like, oh, I want you to come in here and make your best song. They're like, okay, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna fucking pay me and you're gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna give you a shitty product. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be half asleep smoking a fucking joint the whole time. Like that's my biggest pet peeve. Like, and I've seen it I'm saying it because that's why I don't go to a lot of studios anymore, because I've gone to other studios and I've seen it. But it's like the same thing. Like think about a sneaker store. Think about you go to a consignment shop. You've probably gone through this when you were younger, because you've been in the shoes for a while. I used to go in the consignment shops. I'd be like 14 years old. I'd have like $3,000 in my pocket.
Right.
I'd go in the fucking sneaker shop and I'd get fucking sit there and just like profiled by some fucking dude like, oh, you can't afford this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they wouldn't even like give me something to try on. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go take my money to the motherfucker that actually respects me and treats me like whatever. So those motherfuckers, yeah, they're providing a service, but I hate them. I hate them. Like, no, like, because, bro, if you're going to provide a service, I don't give a fuck. Biggest lesson I've learned through business, the customer is always right. I don't give a fuck how I feel about something personally. The customer is always right, and that should always be people's main focuses. So if you're starting a business or you're just selling anything, whatever, and your main thought isn't, are they happy? I think it's fucked. To an extent. Obviously, there's certain things that are just straight up money, like fucking stocks doesn't matter. Stock doesn't matter. There's no fucking level of integrity behind that. That's just strictly money making. But if you're doing something like starting a studio or fucking say you're doing art commissions, like shit like that, I see.
Dude, I 100% agree. That's fire. That's super fire. So, the story.
Oh, the college story?
The
college story.
So, I got into college and I brought all my bad habits with me, bro. It was great. It was great. I got out of like, just dirty lifestyle, and I brought it all with me. I drank every single day in college.
Jesus
it was crazy.
What college did you go to?
Dude, that's how long it's been. I have to like actually go back into my brain. It was in Maine, and it was University of New England. I went to University of New England in Biddeford, Maine. What the fuck? And it was cold and it was gross. And I hated it, and I had to put on 6 layers to go out and smoke a blunt, and it wasn't a vibe. So nobody was selling weed when I got there. And I'm like, this needs to change. So somebody started selling weed. And I'm not going to say who it was, but somebody started selling weed. And the person was great at it. But there was a person on my floor that I never got along with. And that person was dating my roommate. Me and my roommate were super tight. And this person, this girl, she called this person for some weed. And I'm like, all right. So I hop on a skateboard and my heat got game, just ripping them up. So disrespectful. I ruined their shoes. And I pull up and there's a teacher there. Like, you know when you look at somebody and you just know it's like, yo, that's an op. Like, yeah. And I saw him like, oh, it's like that. And then the girl was there. And that's what in my head, I'm like, yeah, okay. Serve a bag. And then 2 days later, I'm just kicking it in my room, writing music. And he just go, boom, 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 boom. Cops come in, check up, go for everything, search everything, grab it. I'm over here chilling. There's like beer bottles everywhere. They're like, whose is it? Me and my roommates are at the same time, mine. So honorable, bro. So honorable. Like, no, this is mine. He's like, no, it's mine. It's mine. They confiscate it all. They kick me out of college. I go back. I'm like, nah, it's fine. Back to music, man. Thank goodness it happened, too, because if I was a psychologist, bro, I'd be broke and I'd be depressed.
Were you a freshman?
I was a freshman, bro. I didn't even make it through like 2 semesters, bro. College was not for
Everything happens for a fucking reason, though.
Everything happens for
Everything happens for a fucking reason, bro. Like, because, yeah, that is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That shit is ridiculous. So, we haven't talked about music this whole podcast.
No, we haven't.
We haven't. We're literally gonna put one music question in here, just for the fans, because I feel like fucking just everyone in general will enjoy the conversations we've already had.
100%.
But what what got you into music in the first place? Like, and how long were you doing music? Give the superhero story for the music element of you.
For sure. So my dad was a musician and he toured Europe. My mom was in music. My aunt is Mick Jagger's manager.
What the fuck?
So like music, I grew up around music.
It was Jesus Christ.
That's the vibe. I want to be like my dad. I want to be like my aunt. I want to show out. So I used to write little like poems when I was like 5 years old, and I'd like leave them on my dad's dresser. He'd never get them back to me. He'd like throw them away because they were terrible. They were so bad. It was like the big brown dog jumped over the lazy fence, like terrible shit. But that was the catalyst right there. I'm like, yo, I want to show out for my family, and I just always made music. I always made music, and it just never stopped. Like even to the point where I make money in different aspects, but music is always served. Like music brings people together in a way that other things can't. Like, so I have to keep doing it. So we just never stop. And so we're always here. We're always in the studio. We're always creating. I feel like the smartest people and the newest creatives of our generation are the musicians. Like when I come into these areas, I'm like, oh, these are the people I want to do business with. These are the people I want to work with. These are the people I want to network with.
Literally.
So this is where it's at. And that's why I'll always do music. I'll always create music forever.
It's fire. It's fire.
What got you into it, man?
Fucking family shit the same way. My fucking, how I was saying, we lived in that apartment.
Yeah.
My uncle and my dad ran a studio out of the fucking room. One of the fucking bedrooms with our grandparents in the fucking next bedroom. Yeah. Literally like in a fucking tiny ass little apartment. They ran a studio out of there. Then my dad used to manage an artist when he was younger. And then I used to just be in that because my uncle had the studio in the crib. I used to play like saxophone. I used to play drums at one point. I played guitar. I would sing. I used to do mad shit. And then my grandma, when I was in kindergarten, got married to Teddy Pendergrass.
What? Bro.
Yeah. So Teddy Pendergrass is like my step-grandfather, and I spent like 5 years with him until he died.
What?
Yeah. So that, yeah. So then... And I was just mad into like 90s hip hop and shit, and then all the family shit. And I just always loved it. I used to make music in high school, and then I just sucked at it. So I was like, what the fuck can I do? Like, I want to do music for a job, and then started doing this shit.
Bro, that's an incredible origin story right there. That's what's
you're saying fucking your aunt was Mick Jagger's manager. Yeah, that's pretty fucking dope too.
That's good. Teddy Pendergrass.
That's why I don't even be saying the Teddy. I said the Teddy shit on like 1 or 2 other podcasts before. This is the 3rd one I've said it on.
I love it.
But he said the Mick Jagger shit, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll say it.
We name dropping today.
Yeah, name dropping today. Yeah.
Fire,
but, man. No, that's how it is, bro. It's like if you have music in your family, it's literally like I think they said this shit. It was like a scientific study that literally in your genes, that shit is passed down.
I believe it.
I 100% believe that because the amount of people, and it's always the most genuine motherfuckers that you could tell are in shit for like full love of it. They're always the ones that have fucking like a long bloodline of family that are just tapped into the music industry somehow or another.
That's fascinating.
Like,
it's crazy how tight it is too. Like there's so many, there's a lot of nepotism, of course. A lot of people are getting jobs in the industry because they know the right people. But like you said, it's just in their genes. And if you're raised with someone who is already making music, then you've got that head start.
literally.
Which makes me tell creators like, yo, you got to really work because Justin Bieber's going to have a kid and that kid's going to have the best access to the best studio, to the best producers. And he's going to have so many more tools available at his disposal. So you've got competition.
Literally.
So you better put the work in. You can't take those days off. If you really want to do it, you gotta sacrifice, which is a whole nother conversation. I know we're getting to the end of it, but sacrifice is a real thing right there. And you need to figure out.
I want you to elaborate on that. That could be just a whole other, instead of me asking a question, just elaborate on the element of sacrifice because as a hustler, as anyone chasing a dream, that is the biggest element of shit that people never want to talk about.
Sacrifice is the most important aspect of finding success. And you need to figure out and have that honest conversation about what you're willing to sacrifice, right? Are you willing to sacrifice time with your family? Are you willing to sacrifice a relationship? Are you willing to sacrifice waking up at a normal time to get your dream to where you want it to be and do this forever? Because the greats, like if you really want to be a great, you can't have a relationship. Like a lot of like to that level, like I'll never be a great. I'll say that. Like I won't be the best musician ever because I haven't made the sacrifices. And that's just an honest discussion that I have with myself. Like you have the option when you're young to keep doing it. Like John Mayer, I don't know if you play guitar. So John Mayer, amazing guitarist.
I wish I did.
He's incredible. He's so socially awkward because he doesn't talk to people. Because all he does is play guitar for 40 years straight. So it's like if you want to get to that pinnacle, then you need to make that pinnacle of sacrifice as well. So your sacrifice has to be equal to whatever you want to achieve. And I think people need to have that honest conversation with themselves because they say, oh, I'm just going to manifest. I'm like, no, you can't just manifest. Like you need to do the math. Like I have a relationship. I understand that my relationship has priorities over some other things. And so there are limitations for what I can accomplish, right? I understand that I love my family. So there are limitations to what I can accomplish. There are people who will cut out all of that and go all in to one thing forever. And those people are going to beat out the people who won't do that.
There's always going to be someone better than you.
There's always going to be someone better than you. There's always going to be someone working harder than you. There's always going to be someone with more resources and willing to make more sacrifices. So don't make excuses, which we already chatted about. Just put in the work and live your best life. Don't compare yourself with other people because they're sacrificing things that you may not be willing to sacrifice. And it's painful to sacrifice. So just put in the work, do the best that you can do, and live a life that's fulfilling to you and help as many people as you can.
Bro, you could not have said that shit better. You could not have said that shit better, bro. Like, I'm gonna ask you I'm asking you one more question before the golden question that we'll wrap up.
We got a golden question?
We got the golden question.
Oh my
we
love,
got the
what?
golden question. That will be the last one. That will be the last one. We got one more before.
All right.
We got one more before. What would be your biggest fuck up business wise that you would advise people to look out for? Your absolute like worst fuck up. I know you said that 100K thing, but just something you would advise people not to do that you are just. It could be an experience of something you just fucked up on that you want people to learn from.
That's a really good question. You're asking the best questions, man. You're making me think
Thank
today,
you.
bro. You're making me dig
Thank
into
you.
parts of my brain that I haven't dug into.
I like getting fucking down through the layers, bro, and just getting the bare bone of people.
Put the ego aside. When things start going good, a lot of the time, we start feeling good. And we start thinking maybe I'm even better than other people. You're not better than other people. You can put in work and have more value than other people because you are disciplined, but you're not inherently better than anybody else. So don't get excited when shit goes right. Don't start taking your foot off the gas like, oh, the momentum's going to carry you there. Because just like your father when shit goes down, just like me when shit goes down, it will go down. And if your foot's off the gas, then you're going to hit that hydroplane. So don't get a big head. That's the worst thing you can do. Stay humble, stay working, and stay hard. David Goggins.
Bro, you spit. In fact, damn, you like low-key just answered the golden question already, but now you got to give an alternative.
All right.
Well, this one, instead of business, we'll just broaden it. Well, you could just choose which avenue you tried to.
Damn, can I ask you? Can I ask you yours? Like,
my biggest fuck up?
Yeah.
Spending money on stupid shit.
Word.
Spending money on stupid shit and not saving money has to easily be my biggest fuck up.
Word. Talk more about that, because I think that's super beneficial to hear.
Bro, just fucking, I used to spend mad money on shoes, clothes. Like, bro, my first year, I was talking to fellas about it. I think my first year out of high school, I made 50 grand. Then I made 60 grand. Then I made 70 grand. And then last year I made 100 grand. And like the first 3 years, bro, I would just like, I'd be like, oh, I'm rich. Like, I'm like 50 bands my first year out of high school. I'm like, I could buy whatever. I got a BMW like 3 weeks after I graduated. I fucking was buying like every Travis Scott sneaker, every single fucking Supreme thing I laid my eyes on, bro. And then I opened up this place, and like, that's how I was saying earlier, I don't buy shoes anymore. I got into this, started having to spend money on cameras, started having to spend money on fucking merch, all this shit. And I'm like, damn, this shit, like, Sully has the best analogy, bro, of a business. Literally, a business is a fucking newborn baby, and you just gotta keep feeding that fucking bitch. Feeding the fuck out of that shit until it could just fucking get up on its feet and finally fucking walk. And you still gotta feed that shit. Because then that shit gotta turn into a preteen. Then that shit gotta turn into an actual teen. Then that shit gotta turn into an adult, and then it's independent to fucking walk off. So that's why I'm saying that's my biggest fuck up, because if I didn't spend all the fucking money I spent on fucking stupid shit, I probably have like a couple hundred fucking grand in the bank fucking right now. And I would be able to do way more shit with this shit right now than I'm able to fucking do. But ever since I started saving, bro, like now it's like last month, I lost like 15 bands in a span of 2 weeks. And I was just like, my biggest realization was, bro, like I was like pissed off as fuck. And then I was just like complaining about it. And then Star Child, one of the artists from here, he said to me, he's like, the fact that you could say that you lost 15 bands in 2 weeks and you're still good, you should just give yourself a pat on the back for that. And I'm like, thank God I started saving money. like, thank God I started fucking saving money, because being able to just like do that just really made me realize, like, you have to. You never know what could happen, especially if you're an entrepreneur, bro. So many people take it for granted. Obviously, leverage credit, do whatever you have to do to like do shit. Obviously, like, you're just always fucking putting money in different places, but save fucking money. Like, save fucking money.
Take 10% of every paycheck you get or any payment you get and put it away and never touch that shit. Bro, I'm changing my answer to yours. That's perfect, bro. I wish I didn't spend money, bro. That's good. Dude, that's good.
It's because it's so, especially when you're young and when you're younger, like, there's so much shit that you want that you're like, I just literally can't get this. So once you get the money, you're like, give me. Like, I'm like, I'll fucking get whatever the fuck. I wanted this when I was 10. Oh, I wanted this when I was 13. I wanted this when I was 15. I'm just going to get all of it. And then you're like, oh shit, I just spent like all the money that I made in a week in like 2 or 3 days. Like, what the fuck did I just do? I have $5 in my checking account right now. Like, bro, literally, like, I used to be a fucking dumbass with that shit. And I always punch myself over it, but I'm so happy I did it, because the same way we were talking about you being able to handle a certain amount of money, I'd way rather that shit happen to me now than when I got fucking a couple $1 million in the bank and I'm buying fucking Lamborghinis every other fucking day and just fuck myself that bad.
Yes.
So I feel like it's necessary. Everyone goes through it. Like, especially if you start making a bag when you're young, you definitely are going to fucking go through it. But like I said before, if you're frugal, stay the fuck away from it, because I admire you frugal motherfuckers, bro. If you're satisfied with fucking just the basic shit, if you could just wear the same fucking pants and fucking hoodie every single fucking day, I fucking love you, bro. Teach me your fucking, give me a Bible on that shit. Give me a fucking certified fucking pamphlet. Because if I could learn how to do that shit, same way with you probably. Imagine how much money you'd be able to save if you could just wear the same outfit, drive like a fucking $500 fucking car and just not give a fuck, bro. Like, I'd be so much...
You wouldn't be moving the 170 pairs of shoes anymore, bro. You'd be good. You let them go.
Bro, I wear fucking Skechers every day. Shit. Like, if I could wear Skechers every day, if I could feel confident wearing fucking Skechers in the same outfit every fucking day, I'd be so fucking much ahead than people. You would too. But
shout out to Skechers though, because I heard y'all are comfortable. I heard they're comfortable, bro. I got
shout out to the motherfuckers. I'm talking about these frugal people. Shout out to the motherfuckers that literally got like $30 million in the bank and they wearing Skechers every day.
Nobody
salute
knows.
To fucking you.
Yeah, salute to you.
Salute to you, motherfuckers, because that's a lot of them, bro.
They're out here too. They got the dad jeans. They got the little old school Skechers and Nikes.
Literally, bro. You know the smartest thing I ever saw 21 Savage say was that every rich person he's met that has the most amount of money in his life he saw doesn't wear jewelry.
Wow.
If you think about it. Because think about like all the like crazy billionaires you see and shit, except for watches. Right. They won't ever have anything on. They'll just be like, they'll be in a black tee like you have a chain on.
I got the chain on, bro. Hey, we're trying to sell a profile here. Damn, man.
Hey. We're talking about the like Elons and shit. Like when you ever seen Elon in a fucking Cuban?
Bro, no.
Exactly. I wish I did. I wish I did. And he could fucking afford $1 million of them, but you don't see it like Bezos, bro. Bezos drives like a 1990 fucking Camry every fucking day. And the dude's literally number 3 on the world's list of wealthiest people. Like, I fucking wish I could do that shit. He got a bald-ass fucking head driving around in a fucking Camry with $130 billion in the fucking bank, bro. Like...
It's a beast. Yeah, taking away all the decisions you have to make, right? Because it's like if you got to figure out what chain you're going to wear, that's a whole nother decision, bro. You just throw on a random shirt. That shirt is already picked for you. You put it on. The pants are already picked for you. Put it on. Wow.
I fucking admire that shit, bro.
Beastly.
I fucking admire that shit. This is a golden question, though, even though you kind of answered it before.
Hit me.
Biggest piece of advice, any creative, they could be an artist, they could be someone starting a brand, or they could even just be an entrepreneur, just anyone starting something fucking in general. What's your biggest piece of advice just for them to take that fucking first step?
Be consistent. Start out so small. Start out so small. Write one line for a song. Write one idea for a business. And then go to sleep. And then wake up and write another one. Then go to sleep. And then wake up and do another one. And if you keep doing that for a year straight, your net worth is going to 100x. You will be 37 times better than you were the year before. And your life will be in a completely different place. All you need to do is the same thing you're doing today, tomorrow. Sunday, take the day. Then get back to it tomorrow. Simple as that.
Motherfuckers might think that shit's simple, but if you think it's simple, you're probably an NPC.
Yo, amen.
Like, if you think that shit's simple, you're probably a fucking NPC. Shout out all the NPCs watching the fucking podcast. I'm sorry for shitting on you guys, but shout out the fucking NPCs, bro.
They don't know. They don't know it.
Shout out them. You probably don't even know if you're an NPC, but shout out to you.
The NPCs are listening like, yeah, shout out to the NPCs.
The NPCs, bro. The NPCs. I don't know why my dad's calling me.
Business, man. You're always busy.
Bro. But give your final little thoughts. Anything else you want to elaborate on?
Listen, do over don't is legit as fuck over here.
I appreciate it.
Y'all need to pull up. The energy here, as soon as you step in, is absolutely A1. The people creating here are absolutely top notch. And there's a shift going on in Massachusetts, and I think a lot of people feel it. And it's been going for a while. Collaborative artists are coming up, coming together, and the sky's the limit. And once we hit the sky, then we're going to Mars with Elon. So tap in. Yeah.
Oh, God, bro. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. You got anything they should be on the lookout for?
I mean, you got me on IG, Benny D Low Key. You got me everywhere, Benny D Low Key. We got new music on the way. We got whatever you need on the way. We got inspiration. We got money talk on the way. And we got gains on the way. So just stay tuned, tap in. Life is good.
Tag your Instagram for them?
Benny D Low Key.
You already just did.
Yeah, Benny D Low Key. Yeah.
Clarify that. It's going to be in the description too, so y'all know the fucking drill. You better smash that fucking follow button.
Yo, if you haven't liked this Spotify playlist, this whole thing, you need to like it right now.
Like all that shit,
because we've got new episodes all the time. So don't miss out on this. Follow this. Like it. Share it with your mother. You haven't texted your mother this week? Yo, text your mother right now and send this to her.
See?
She'll appreciate it.
Bro, he's saying it for me, and I don't even got to fucking say it, bro. I don't even got to say it this time. I got you. I appreciate it, man. Y'all know the fucking drill. Like that fucking shit. Subscribe to this fucking shit. If you don't, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you.
What's wrong with you?
Follow fucking Benny D. More music, more business tips. Great fucking episode.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm sorry for the randomness of even though he's an artist, this was the most off-topic, non-artist interview. I just did a lot of artist fucking speaking my broken ass English, bro. But yeah, I doubt next week will be artist talk. I'm kind of straying away from that. I hope you guys are enjoying these random ass conversations because I like them a lot more than just being like, where are you from? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you guys better fucking enjoy this. Smash the fucking like button. Put a fucking smile on your face and go make some shit happen and do something with your life. We'll see you guys next week. 100 emoji.
You know that I've been ballin'. If you wanna see the vibe, you can look me in my eyes. Got the vision like 10-4, yeah. Shawty know just what I like. It's like she can